An important event will take place on 8th November 2022 and it will have far-reaching consequences for mankind. If you want to know why this event is so important and how it will shape our destiny, watch till the end of this video. On 8th November, the United States will be having two very important elections for both Upper House, Senate and Lower House, Congress. Both these elections are very important for the fate of humanity because it will decide which party will hold power for the next 2 years. And it's important for several reasons. Number one, the United States is the biggest funder and arms supplier in the Russia-Ukraine war, and without its political, economic, and military support, Ukraine will fall. Currently, with US support, Ukraine is not only retaking lost territories to Russia, but also attacking key Russian military infrastructure, from bombing the Crimea Bridge, which is the most important bridge linking Russia with Crimea, and the bridge is critical to Russian military logistics. Ukraine has also launched a daring attack on Russian Black Sea Fleet in Crimea. Besides hampering Russian military campaign in Ukraine, these Ukrainian victories may force Russia to consider nuclear weapons in the battlefield for two reasons. A. Nuclear weapons can easily destroy the most capable military due to its sheer destructive power on the battlefield. That is why every country from Iran to North Korea wants a nuclear bomb, because no matter how bad your military is, just a handful of nuclear bombs are more than enough to destroy your enemies with superior military. B. If Russia loses this war, then Putin may face political catastrophe, as Russian society doesn't tolerate weak leaders. Currently, Democrats control both the houses and they hate Russia because they think Donald Trump won the 2016 election due to Russian interference in their election, and they are supporting Ukraine to exact revenge on Russia. Republicans, on the other hand, became isolationist after US blunders in Iraq and Afghanistan. So if they come to power, there is a high chance that they will lower the US support for Ukraine, which will favor Russia in the battlefield, and Russia won't have to use nukes to win the war. Number 2, Democratic Party are very pro-environment and implemented pro-environment rules and regulations. It has been hard for major polluting industries like oil and gas to function. These pro-environmental laws have also discouraged major investments in the oil and natural gas industry. This wouldn't be a problem if the West didn't sanction Russia, one of the major oil and gas exporters. This has caused major inflation in the United States due to the increase in the price of oil, because suddenly supply of oil has decreased but the demand hasn't. To combat the rising inflation, the Central Bank of the United States, the Federal Reserve, has increased the interest rate of US government bonds. In US government bonds is considered to be the safest asset to invest, and a rate hike makes it even more attractive to major investors, which in turn increase the demand for US dollar. This has made US dollar quite strong compared to other currencies. This in turn has pushed down the value of other currencies, which have made imports for majority of countries quite expensive, because now most of the countries have to pay more for their imports. Republicans, on the other hand, are very pro-fossil fuel, and if they get majority in both the houses, then they will push back against some of the anti-fossil fuel regulation, which will encourage more investment in the fossil fuel industry and will increase the production of oil and natural gas, because most of the oil and gas production in United States comes from shale fields, and drilling new fields only take a few months. This increase in production will bring down the price of oil, which in turn will lower the inflation and will stop the interest rate hikes of the US Central Bank, which will eventually stop the fall of other currencies. In conclusion, whoever dominates the two houses will have influence on the future of mankind because they will have control over the US legislation. If you like this video, then subscribe, like, and share.